Hi, welcome back to Foodie Friday at the Balk Springs Library. I'm Miss Teresa. This is where we make easy recipes for teens, adults, or your whole family. So if you're ready, let's get started. Alright guys, so today we are going to make a faux focaccia bread. Don't come at me because I don't want to make my bread from scratch. I'm going to show you how to make a quick, simple way of doing this. Now my pan is a lot smaller. My pan is a brownie pan. If you were doing this in a normal 9x13 cake sheet, you're going to use 24 of these. I'm only going to use 12 because, again, my pan is a lot smaller, okay? So, we have the rolls, frozen dinner rolls that we got directly from the freezer. Okay? Alright, now I have some olive oil. And I'm going to put a drizzle of olive oil down in my pan because we want to make sure the pan is good and greased. We're just going to turn it in different directions to make sure that olive oil is spread out. Spread out your oil up the sides because you want to make sure it's not stuck at all whenever we come to take it out, okay? And we're going to leave a good little drizzle down the bottom. Alright. So I'm going to place my dinner rolls out. And I said I was going to use 12. Yeah, I'm going to use 12. Alright. And we're just taking them out of the bag. They're still frozen. They're still frozen. Okay? Alright. So that's how it's going to look. Oops. Alright, then we're going to get some aluminum foil and we're just going to cover over this because we want to create an airtight seal and that gives them a chance to rise. Once they have risen, then we'll come back and finish this off, okay? But for now, we're just going to seal this off. If you have saran wrap, use saran wrap. I did not have any. I thought I had some. So I'm going to use the foil. Okay? We're just going to put this to the side. We're going to let it rise. And we're going to work on our vegetables because we are going to make a vegetable decorated focaccia bread. Okay? So we're going to do some vegetable art on this. Okay? So we'll be right back. Okay guys, while the bread is rising, you can go ahead and get started on your vegetables, or you could do this while it's baking. Well, actually you couldn't do this while it's baking. I'm sorry, my brain's not functioning today. But while it is rising, we're going to go ahead and start in on our vegetable art. You can use whatever vegetables you want. If you don't like some of the vegetables I'm using, then don't use them, okay? It is up to your taste, your family's taste, however you want to do it. I have some spring onions here. I'm going to top the... I cannot speak today to save my life. We are going to chop the bottoms off. Got those. Throw those in our trash bag. And then from there we're going to cut off any ends that looks bad. Then we're going to go give these a wash. We'll be right back. Alright guys, we're back. And so we're going to finish these. I thought I got all that off. Anyway, so if any of them are too big, you can cut them in half, which is actually what I'm going to do to all of them. So that way I actually end up with a couple pieces. And then these are going to be, I'm going to have these as my flower stems. So I'm going to put those to the side. I'm going to continue to cut, and I only have 3. And again, if you want to use different vegetables, use whatever you like, whatever your family likes. I'm just using ones that I found today that looked appealing. So I got my onions done. I forgot to tie up the rest of them. Alright. Then I looked for a scallion. I'm sorry, a shallot. I looked for a shallot, but they didn't have any. So I have a red onion. I'm not going to use that much of it, but I did want a little bit of the red onion in there. And I'm only going to use about a quarter of it, okay? If I decide later on I wanted more, you can always add more. Then I have a pack of basil. You really don't have to do anything to the basil. I just go through and like to give it a little fluff, make sure all my leaves are good and intact, and I'll put it on a plate. That way I have it there. You can use just the regular tomatoes, but I have a mixed color tomatoes. I really wanted to give this some color, and I love these little pear-shaped ones, so I'm just going to cut them in half. So whenever you're doing this, just remember what colors you're playing with, because I have a big red bell pepper. I'm going to have some of these be the center of my flour, if I can get my tongue working in a minute. And then some of these baby cherry red tomatoes, I'm going to cut them so that way they can be like little flower buds. Whatever colors you want, however you want to do it, just keep that in mind on whenever you're doing your arrangements. Alright, so whatever's left, just put to the side. You can always add more later, okay? So now I have these baby cherry peppers, or sweet peppers. So I'm going to get them. Gotta get the seeds out, and then we're gonna make little rings out of these. And then what's left at the end, I'll just cut up. Just put off to the side. So I think that's all the, oh, I forgot my pepper. Let me go wash it off, hang on. So I'm back, I have my pepper. Now this is my big bell pepper. Take the top off. Alright. So these are going to be from my bigger flowers. So I have some of that. I think I may cut up a few more peppers. Just because I didn't throw a yellow one in there yet. Alright, so we have all of our vegetables cut up. And now we are going to let the dough rise, and we'll be back to assemble it, okay? Okay guys, so we're back. It's poofed up, you can see. I'm going to drizzle it with some oil. Again, the same olive oil we used before. Okay. It's better if you wrap it in saran wrap. Again, I didn't have that. I just used a foil so you can see where there's spots that it stuck to the foil, but that's fine because we're going to smush this like Play-Doh. You're making little divots. Okay. So I'm just pushing in the seals where the separate rolls were, and I'm making little divots. Okay, so it looks like that. Now it's your time to decorate. So we're going to do some artwork with vegetables, because that's what we cut all the vegetables for, okay? Oh, I forgot to mention earlier, I have some black olives. If you don't like them, leave them out. So to start off with, I'm going to, I should have done this before I had my hands all greasy. Hang on. Really? Delayed reaction. Okay, so I have some Parmigiano Reggiano cheese. I'm going to just sprinkle. You don't have to. You can leave this off. If you don't like cheese, leave it off. It's not a big deal. I'm just adding mine because I don't like it with it. Okay. I would have added garlic powder, but I brought the wrong powder. I brought onion powder instead, and I have plenty of onions in this, so I'm not going to do onions, okay? So, now it's time to decorate. I have the tops to the spring onions, and we're just going to tear some pieces off, make some grass. This is your chance to show what you want to do, how you want it. So be as creative as you want. Again, just play around however you want it. I'm going to use my basil leaves as stems. And if you think it has too many onions, then take some out. Because I definitely want to show off my artwork. So if we have to take some out, then we take some out. It's not going to hurt anything. It's however you want your designs to look, okay? The reason why I'm looking through my basil really good is because I want smaller leafy pieces to be the actual leaves of my flowers. I don't want huge pieces. But you make yours however you want. Whoops, get back there. See how big that is? I don't like that big one. So we're going to take that one out. Turn that back the way it was. And I'm going to steal this one from over there, and I'm going to put a big one over here, just because I had the empty space over there. Okay, so this is my art creation, okay? We're going to put this in the oven at 350 for about 20 to 25 minutes. Remember, my pan is smaller than your normal pan. If you're doing the 9x13, you will definitely need the 20 to 25 minutes. I may not leave it in there that whole time, okay? So we're going to show you how it looks whenever it comes out. We'll be right back. Alright guys, we just got it out of the oven. This is how it looks. The purple tomatoes, they did turn a reddish color once we started baking them. The basil leaves did turn dark, so just keep that in mind. But this is how it looks. It is very hot. It just came out of the oven. See if I can hold it. Yeah, I can do it. So that is how it looks. This is perfect for a Sunday brunch or a Mother's Day breakfast or lunch, or if you just want to have fun and play with your food. This is perfect. So I hope you enjoy, and until next time, bye. Thank you for joining us for this edition of Foodie Friday. I hope you had fun making the recipe. Remember to like, follow, share. We love seeing your creations. Also, if you're a local restaurant in the Box Springs Mesquite area and like to be featured on one of our programs, please contact the Box Springs Library. We'd love to have you as a featured guest. And until next time, bon appetit.